Hello students, welcome in science group of 10th class. Chapter we are studying is electricity. Today we shall study next topic, heating effect of electricity. So it is 12.7 heating effect of electric current or electricity. We must know how many effects of electricity are there. The first point is how many effects of electricity or electric currents are there. The answer is there are three effects of electric current. First is chemical effect of electricity or electric current, which we have studied in middle classes as well as in first chapter of the 10th class, the activity of the voltmeter or electrolysis of water, that is chemical effect of electricity. Second is heating effect of electric current, which we are going to study today. And next is magnetic effect of electric current, which shall study in next chapters of 10th class. So thus we are going to study heating effect of electric current. You have seen that when electricity is passed through high resistance wire, then they become hot and starts emitting light. This is known as heating effect of electric current, because in them electricity is converted into heat. When electricity is passed through high resistance wire like nichrome wire, then they become hot and start producing or emitting heat and light. Heat and light. Light may depend upon the cases. This conversion of electric current into heat energy is known as heating effect of electricity. So thus students, we have seen that electricity can be converted into heat, which is known as heating effect of electricity. Now we shall study Joule's law of heating effect. Next point is Joule's law of heating. Joule's law of heating. Let work done W. Now W is work done when charge moved is Q across potential difference V, then W is equal to QV, or simply we can write W is equal to QV, where W is amount of work done, Q is charge moved, V is potential difference. Now we also know that I is equal to Q by T, that is magnitude of current is rate of flow of charge. We know magnitude of current is rate of flow of charge, that is I is equal to Q by T. And I have told you, whenever we use any equation we shall write their meanings. This is number 2, and meanings: I is magnitude of electric current, magnitude of electric current or charge. Q we have already written, amount of charge moved. T is time for which current is moved. We also know V is equal to IR. How we know it? It is Ohm's law. Ohm's law. And where V is potential difference, I is magnitude of electric current, R is resistance, where R is resistance of wire, rod or conductor. Now by 1, 2 and 3, W is equal to QV, or by this Q is equal to IT. W is equal to Q into V. At the place of Q we shall write IT. By here we can derive Q is equal to I into T. So at the place of Q we shall write IT, and at the place of V we can write IR. So thus W become I square RT. I square RT. If whole of the electric energy convert into the heat energy, then if all electric energy converts into heat energy which is denoted by H, then work done is equal to heat produced, that is H is equal to I square RT. This is known as Joule's law of heating. H is equal to I square RT, that is heat produced is equal to square of current into resistance into time. And as I told, question is Joule's law of heating. It can be asked, write an expression for the heat produced when I current passes through resistance R for time t. So this can be written like that, or write an expression for heat produced when amount of current passed is I through a resistance R for time t. This is solution. So we must know how the question can be asked. So thus I told you, conversion of electricity into heat is known as heating effect of electricity, and according to Joule's law of heating, H is equal to I square RT. Next we shall study factors on which amount of heat produced depend. Factors on which amount of heat produced depend. However, we have explained it, but it is a little twisted question. So solution, we know H is equal to I square RT. How we know? By Joule's law of heating. So by it we can see, so amount of heat produced, that is H, is directly proportional to. So amount of heat produced is directly proportional to. Directly proportional means when one quantity increase, other also increase. When one quantity decrease, other will also decrease. So it is directly proportional to number one, I, that is square of current passed, that is I, and resistance of the wire, resistance of wire or conductor, and number 3, time for which current passed, that is T. So thus amount of heat produced is directly proportional to the square of the current, resistance of wire, and time for which current is passed. Question can be asked in such form as, what is the effect on amount of heat produced if amount of current passed is doubled? Now if I is doubled, then 2 square, that is 4. So heat produced will become 4 times. If amount of current passed is 3 times, then 3 square, that is heat produced will become 9 times. If amount of current passed is reduced to half, 1 by 2, then square of 1 by 2, that is 1 by 4. So amount of current passed will become 1 by 4, that is fourth of the original value, 1 by fourth of the original value. Similarly, question can be, what is the effect on heat produced if resistance become double? So both are directly proportional. What is the effect of R? Same is the effect of H if other quantities remain constant. So if resistance is doubled, heat produced is doubled. If resistance is tripled, heat produced is tripled. If resistance become half, heat produced become half. Same is the effect of the time. If I and R remain same and time for which current passed become double, heat produced will also become double and so on. Now, you may have seen that core of the electric heater never become red hot, while filament of electric heater become red hot. Why? So reason is again in the resistance. Core of electric heater not become red hot, while filament of electric heater become red hot. Why? You have to explain the reason. The answer or solution is that any substance or material which has low resistance, then current will pass through them easily, due to which very less heat is produced, due to which it will not become red hot. But if resistance of material or wire or conductor or substance or rod is high, then large amount of heat is produced and slowly it will become red hot. So same is the answer of it. Core of heater is made of metal like copper or aluminium, which has very less resistance. So current passes easily, while filament of heater is made up of the material like nichrome, which has high resistance. So it become red hot. So thus this is the reason. Now we shall study some applications of heating effect of electricity. some applications of heating effect of electricity or some applications of Joule's law of heating. So you know that there are various heating appliances like electric heater, electric geyser, electric toaster, electric kettle. They are based on heating effect of electricity. In them, electricity convert into heat. Various electric appliances or devices like electric heater, electric geyser, electric iron, electric kettle and electric toaster are based on heating effect of electricity or Joule's law of heating. They convert electric energy into heat energy. These appliances convert electric energy into heat energy. Next application of Joule's law of heating or heating effect of electricity is electric lamp. Electric lamp or electric bulb. देखिए electric lamp has a filament and that filament consists of tungsten which has very high resistance. Filament of electric bulb or lamp consists of tungsten which has very high resistance. So when current passes through it, it become red hot and starts emitting light. So thus it is also based on heating effect of electricity or Joule's heating law. One more question can be asked in the case of electric lamp, why its filament consists of tungsten. So you can write its filament consists of tungsten because it has high resistance and it do not burn even at high temperature. One more point, that in the electric lamp air is not filled. The question can be asked, why air is not filled in electric lamp? In this topic there is no need to write this point, but I am writing because as a separate question it can be asked. In electric lamp we never fill air, we fill nitrogen or argon. तो क्वेश्चन कैन बी दिस, why nitrogen or argons are filled in electric lamp. Air is not filled in electric bulb because tungsten filament can burn due to presence of oxygen. So due to presence of oxygen in air, we not fill it in lamps. Now question arises, what shall we fill? So we fill some unreactive gas like nitrogen or argon. So unreactive gas like nitrogen or argon or both are filled in it. So why argon or nitrogen are filled in lamps? Because they are unreactive gas and they do not burn even at high temperature. Filament not burn even at high temperature. One more application is electric fuse. Third application is electric fuse. It protect circuit, that is electric circuit, and appliances and electric appliances. It is made up of a wire of low melting point. Wire may be made up of the copper or aluminum. When current more than prescribed limit is passed, then it melts and break the circuit. Thus, flow of current stop and device can be protected. It is always connected in series with device or electric appliance. So electric fuse is a safety measure. It is based on the heating effect of electricity, that is, in it electricity is converted into heat. It is connected in series with the electric appliance or device, its benefit is that it protect the device, it protect the circuit, it protect the building or house from fire also, because if more current pass, whole circuit will become hot, whole circuit may burn, appliance may burn, or even due to it there may be fire and a whole house can be damaged. So this is always connected in series. It consists of a thin wire may be of copper or aluminum or any other metal or alloy which have low resistance. Every circuit have a prescribed current limit. If current more than that limit passes, then the temperature of the whole circuit including fuse wire increase. Because fuse wire has low melting point, therefore fuse wire melt first and break the circuit. If the circuit is broken, no current will be passed and everything is protected. Then we shall solve a numerical. Numerical is that 100 joule of heat is produced each second in a 4 ohm resistance. Find potential difference across the resistor. So always we write the data which are given and which is to be find. 100 joule of heat is produced, that is heat produced, H is 100 joule. Each second means time is 1 second. In a 4 ohm resistance is 4 ohm. Find the potential difference. We have to find V across the resistor. Now we know H is equal to I square RT, that is I we don't have, H 100 joule, I square, R 4 ohm, T is 1 second. 4 1 ja 4, 4 I square is equal to 100 joule, or I square is equal to 100 by 4, that is 25 joule, or I is equal to 5 joule. So thus current produced is 5 joule. We have to require V. V is equal to IR by Ohm's law, and I is 5 joule. So I is, you know that its unit is ampere. So I is 5 ampere, 5 and resistance is 4. So 5 4 ja 20 volt. Potential difference is 20 volt. So answer is 20 volt is potential difference. Okay, thank you.